Hola, welcome to your reading for what career should I pursue if your midheaven is in Capricorn, okay? If you do not know what your midheaven is in, then click on the calculator. I'm going to leave a link to a calculator below, and you can go ahead and look it up, and then you can return back to the video that's suited for you. Again, this is based on midheaven, what your midheaven placement is, okay? Let me explain how this reading is going to be. I'm only going to put 12 readings out, and it's only going to be one time. I was inspired to do this because of the climate that was going on and everyone really concerned about their careers, job opportunities. And a lot of people aren't necessarily always working in what they're suited to work in. So your midheaven is actually what drives your career goals. So I also have a marketing and business background, and I've advised many people regarding career paths and business opportunities, and I'm combining this with your midheaven, which I said drives your career goals. Now, for the general reading, I'm just going to go over what your traits are being a Capricorn midheaven or having your midheaven in Capricorn, and then I'm going to do a general spread based on that. We'll do that, and then as always, as I do, I'll be leaving a special Vimeo link for what is your dream job. In that reading, there will be 3 options to pursue, and there'll be actual fields for you to go into based on your midheaven in Capricorn. All right. Now, if this resonates, and if the Vimeo resonates, you might want to consider a personal reading. And in that personal reading, I will incorporate your sun, moon, and your rising sign in addition to your midheaven in Capricorn. And then we can really kind of do the big career spread and kind of see what direction you should go in. So I just want to explain the reading. Thank you for, hopefully people won't skip over it. I just wanted to let people know, and I'm going to go ahead and get to your reading. So Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides of the universe. Oh, well, let me go over what your traits are. I'm sorry. So if your midheaven is in Capricorn, you need a position that allows you to leave your mark on the world. You're ambitious. You prefer to be in a position that commands respect. You are great for building from the ground up. You take work very seriously. You're able to shut everything else out when you're focused. With your savvy, your business sense, your diligence, and your drive, you are very self-made. You like to be in charge of keeping order. You can kind of be seen as intimidating and stern when you're first put in a position of power, but over time you learn that displaying compassion will gain you loyalty and respect, okay? So let's get to your reading. That was just kind of the general description. Let's do this again. Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, can you please provide your truth, your clarity, your insight, and your wisdom in regards to those who have a midheaven in Capricorn? What career should they pursue? Can you please show us where they are now, what their strategy should be, and how their goals will manifest for them? Any messages you have for those with the midheaven in Capricorn and what career they should pursue would be greatly appreciated, and we thank you. Okay, midheaven and Capricorn, what career should they pursue? What should they do? Alrighty. So can you please show us where those with the midheaven in Capricorn, where are they now? We have the King of Pentacles in reversed. What strategy should they implement? What strategy should they use? Midheaven and Capricorns, 6 of Wands in the upright. And then how will their goals manifest? How will midheaven and Capricorn, how will their goals manifest? We have the Justice card in the upright. Okay, so it appears your current situation is right now, or present energies, whenever you come in and you view this video, obviously, you really aren't doing very well in the financial department. The King of Pentacles in the upright, he's loaded, okay? He has success, security, wealth, financial at the wahoo. He gets promoted easily. He's very wise. He's very mature. All that good stuff, okay? In the reverse, not so much, okay? Because so it leads you to believe that first, you're not doing well in the money department. You're having a hard time, being stable when it comes to money or anything in regards to that. Some of you could actually be, and this is one of the things that I kind of notice with people, the more that you want money, the more that it eludes you. So the King of Pentacles is very possessive. He's very materialistic. He's very much a workaholic. And, if you just obsess about stuff or you want it so badly, it'll end up getting further away from you than if you just kind of let go and say, you know what, I'm just going to kind of fold in the universe and let things happen as they should happen. And then it reverses the gears and you actually start attracting more finances and monies and opportunities to yourself. So I feel like right now, that's going on with you guys where you're just, obsessed about it. Money, money, money. I need to make it happen. I need to work harder and everything else. When I kind of feel like if you were to release, things would come around a lot more easily. Sorry. What should your strategy be? We have the Six of Wands in the upright. Well, the Six of Wands obviously is about being victorious, but it really is kind of focusing on doing a job very well done and having other people notice, having the boss notice, have people around you notice, and people saying, wow, you were like super good at doing that. And you guys really, people who have Midheaven and Capricorn, they really appreciate that. They strive for that. They want recognition for a job well done. Okay. So they're kind of saying, do what you do and do it as though there are eyes upon you at all times. Set an example, lead by example in what you do. And other people will see it, it'll get noticed, and it'll probably elevate you to where you kind of need to be. At least that's what I'm getting there. Okay, so that's what your strategy should be, and that's what should most likely lead to victory. Now, how your goals will manifest themselves, we have the Justice card in the upright. So the Justice card to me is very much about balance, and we talked about that back here. So, instead of like being all about the money, just kind of let back on that a little bit. Let some other things into your life. Also, do the right thing. Focus more on things that are ethical, things that are morally right. Things that, like for instance, instead of an area that's just going to pay top dollar or something, try doing something that gives back to the community and something in that sense, because that's kind of manifesting positivity and that's kind of giving back. The universe notices that kind of stuff and will allow a positive outcome for you. So, conduct yourself fairly, give back, think of the other person. Don't be so, focused on financial aspects, and then things will be good, right? Okay, why is the King of Pentacles here in reverse for those with the Midheaven and Capricorn in regards to where they are now? Why the King of Pentacles in regards to Midheaven Capricorns where they are now? Why is the King of Pentacles here? Who is this person? What is this energy? Yeah, and you're having a hard time kind of getting things back or getting things to where you want them to be. You might have had something happen. You might have had gone through a struggle or some sort of situation. You're just having a hard time kind of coming back from that, getting back to your old self. You just don't kind of feel like you're 100% there. It's happening in drips and drabs. If we're talking about in terms of your bank account, I mean, yeah, there's a little bit coming up, but it's not where you kind of want it to be. We have the Devil card here in reverse. Hold on. And the Seven of Cups in the upright. So you are thinking of leaving where you are currently, okay? So that seems like that's on the table. The Devil card is the card of Capricorn, and it's actually exiting a situation that is not good for you, that breeds negative habits, that is controlling you. So it seems like you're thinking about leaving wherever you are, which, might possibly be a good thing. And the thing about the Devil card in reverse kind of tells you that this is the thing I love about the Devil card. Sometimes we'll stay in a situation for a really long time. We're like, I can't possibly leave. There's no way. How could I, not have a paycheck every week, or, you know what I mean? Or not know what my next thing's going to be, or whatever the situation is. You tell yourself that you couldn't possibly leave something. And then you just kind of like buck up and say, all right, I'm doing it. Tomorrow I'm doing it. I'm just putting in my 2 weeks, and that's it. And you do it. And it's just, once you get to the other side of the threshold, it just doesn't seem as bad as you thought it was. And then you realize it was just you kind of making it out like that. So you kind of look back after you've walked through the door and been like, oh, well, that wasn't as bad as I thought. So that kind of feeds into this. And I do see you, so you're thinking of leaving and you're thinking of exploring opportunities with the Seven of Cups in the upright. And it seems like there's a lot of opportunities out there that you're considering, that you're very interested in, and they're all very, very appealing to you. Of course, with the Seven of Cups, it kind of says, have caution, make sure that you look into each of these offers very carefully. Do not invest money. So, if it's MLM or, any pyramid thing or anything where you like put money in, don't do it. Okay. The Seven of Cups is known for do not invest any money in anything. So if anyone wants money ahead of time, before you get into something, walk away from it. Okay. But you do want to leave because you do feel like there's other opportunities out there for you. So you actually came to the right reading. Good for you. Alrighty. Why is the Six of Wands here in the upright for Midheaven Capricorns, for what their strategy should be? Who is this person? What is this energy? And I just heard eyes upon you, and I don't know if I mentioned that or before, but that's what I'm kind of thinking. Like, people are watching you all the time. How would you conduct yourself if you knew people were watching you all the time? How would you walk? What would you say? And that's not to put you on edge. It's just everything that you do or say is being watched. Even now in, social media, a lot of times, like, I'll see people kind of post stuff up. And I'm like, wow, you must not want a job anytime soon, because employers look at that kind of stuff. Everything that you put out there kind of reflects the person that you are, and people do look into those sorts of things. So, I just kind of wanted to emphasize that. We have the Three of Swords here in the upright, and that indicates to me a loss of some sort. So a job loss of some sort. So I'm almost kind of getting from that, what your strategy should be is, if you lose your job, hold your head up high and walk out of it like it was the best thing that ever happened to you. Hold your head up high and know that you left the best impression you possibly could on everybody, so that when you move forward, you have references, you have recommendations. Those people will think fondly of you when it comes to networking and things like that. The Four of Cups in reverse kind of indicates to me that if you want change to happen, you need to make it happen. You can't sit on your laurels. The Four of Cups to me is kind of like, get off your butt and be proactive about something, because you're missing out on opportunities that you should be aware of that are kind of happening around you. And the Knight of Cups is kind of telling me that there is an offer kind of waiting out there. There's something better for you out there that's going to appeal to you emotionally. It could be kind of a short-term thing to kind of get you to something else, because the Knight of Cups is actually a short-term prospect. He's not like the long-term, but I do feel like he's going to carry you to something else that is going to lead to something better and longer. Okay, so that's what I'm getting from that. Hi. Why is the Justice card here? And that's the card of Libra, by the way. Why is the Justice card here in the upright in regards to how Midheaven Capricorn's goals will manifest? And also, for some of you, you'll go into the legal field. So you could go into law, legal documentation, anything that has to do with that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of stuff that fits kind of under that umbrella, paralegal, lawyer, I don't know all the terms for it, but you know what I'm saying. Politics. Okay. Why is the Justice card here in the upright for how Midheaven Capricorn's goals will manifest? Yeah, so whatever's going on with this Knight of Cups is actually going to lead to something greater. The Magician card is almighty and powerful. He kind of makes things happen. And again, like I said, it could be law and politics for some of you. Okay, with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, we have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So, the Knight of Pentacles is not an adventurous person in the least. Okay, he's very much stuck in his comfort zone. And the Ace of Cups in reverse is about disappointment. It's about crying days on hand. I usually get disappointment, sadness, being depressed as a result. So what I'm kind of getting from that is, remember we talked about this Knight of Cups here being an opportunity, like something that, really appealed to you emotionally. And I said it was short term. That's what I feel this is. I feel that whatever this is, how your goals will manifest itself, you need to keep in mind that as much as you like this, it's not going to last. It could be a temporary position. It could be, you know, what have you. Maybe you don't even know about it. And it's really important that you accept that, because the Magician card to me is saying that this is manifesting other goals for you and other something else, like another cycle that you should be in. Its purpose isn't for longevity. This, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm trying to like put the dots together so you understand it. And they're kind of saying with the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups in reverse, I mean, you're going to have a hard time accepting this. All right. So when this happens and it, you know, you end up having to leave and go on to something else, because some of you might be creatures of habit. You kind of get into something and then you want to stay there. You want to stay stuck. You think you get hired for a position and you think it's permanent. And that might be what this case is. So, but that's really that kind of mentality instead of kind of being open and being adaptable. I mean, I just want to stress that this is a short-term thing and you should embrace it if it ends, because it is going to bring about a new cycle. And that's what its purpose is. Okay. And the Ace of Pentacles is showing the disappointment and the sadness because of you being let go, or you being, and you could have been told ahead of time that, I mean, for some of you, I'm getting that you were told ahead of time that this was a temporary position right off the get-go, but you kind of told yourself, well, once I get in there and I start working and applying myself, then it'll become something else. It'll lead to this. And you already had that kind of preset in your mind, that you weren't going to kind of go anyplace, even though you were told beforehand. So, I mean, that part of the equation is you kind of going against, or and that's admirable to kind of do that, but you should have in the back of your head, okay, I know this is a short-term thing. How am I going to best use this experience of the time that I have here to launch myself into something else? Think of this as a springboard into something else, instead of being like very stuck and being like, wow, I really thought this was going to work out. Now it's not going to work out. You get very sad, you get very depressed, and then that's the end of the journey for you. It can't be like that. You have to use this as a springboard to something else, because that's what I think this is all about. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. Click on the Vimeo link below. And in that reading, I'll have what is your dream job. I will have 3 options. So I'll pull 3 cards that are going to be 3 specific options for something that you should go into, what career path you should go into. We'll talk about that a little bit. If you would like a personal reading, because this resonated with you, when you get that done, I'll incorporate your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sun. I'll crunch that all together, and then we can do a really nice big career spread for you, okay? And really refine it. So otherwise, if this is kind of where we part ways, best of luck to you in regards to your career. Adios from Veronica Garnett. Bye.